The clutch pedal is like a guy. If you press him softly, he won't listen. But if you press him very hard, then he'll respond. But the brakes and the gas pedals are like ladies. If you press them softly, they'll respond softly. But if you press them really hard, then they'll respond really hard. This is the illustration my driving teacher used to explain these three pedals for me, and it's quite an interesting illustration. I'm currently learning how to drive here in Netherlands, and this is my experience from lesson 2. For lesson 2, I started learning how to change the gears and as well press the pedals, the clutch, the brakes and the gas. And it was terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I wanted to change the gears, I had to look down to see what gear I am going to. And this isn't good because I discovered that I start losing balance on the road and it's like I'm about driving off the road. So I had to get used to it, and I'm not even there yet, but I have to be able to focus on the road, one hand on the wheels, changing the gears as well, pressing the clutch, and when I've changed the gear I have to press the gas. It was just a whole lot going on, and yeah, it definitely wasn't the easiest thing to do. My overthinking spirit became more obvious than the first lesson, and the driver noticed. I was asking a lot of questions, which I'm actually very known for. I ask a lot of questions, and at some point the teacher had to stop me and tell me, look, you have to accept that you are a baby in this. You don't have any experience driving, and you are learning how to drive just like a baby is learning how to walk. So stop trying to run faster than your legs. You can't ask and learn everything in one day. You have to follow the process. And those were really wise words. I'm a software engineer, and learning things for me has always been easy or straightforward. All I need is a crash course or one resource, and I ask all my bunch of questions and I can easily learn any new tool or product. Doesn't mean I'll be perfect in that product, but I just need this little information to get going with anything I want to learn. And I feel like this is the same mindset that I'm bringing into driving, where I feel like just by asking a bunch of questions on day one, or by quickly trying to learn everything I have to do, then I'll be able to learn how to drive fast. And this is really affecting me because, again, my teacher is telling me about how I'm asking so much questions that I'm not even patient with taking this step by step. But again, it was really overwhelming in this second lesson, and I think I should also extend myself some grace because, like the teacher said, I am still learning and I shouldn't be beating myself over the different things that I have to do at once. It's all the process. But it was really overwhelming. You know, I have to focus at the tachometer at the specific point when I'm supposed to change the gear. So the tachometer gets to, I think, like 2, then I have to go to the next gear. I have to look at the speed. I have to press the pedals. When I want to change a gear, I have to press the clutch, and I shouldn't remove my leg from the clutch immediately. If I'm pressing the brakes and I'm still on gear, my leg has to be on the clutch. It was just so much. And then the clutch is even easy to press. It's not very easy removing my leg gradually because sometimes I find myself just removing my leg at once. But when it comes to the gas and the brakes, it's so difficult because I have to press it very lightly, but then I find myself like pressing it too hard, and then the car is like bouncing. I think there was even a specific point where I pressed the brakes so much when I was about making a turn, and the car stopped, and I think the engine even went off, and there was someone at my back, and I really felt so nervous, like, I'm so sorry, we're gonna drive now. Also, there are many rules here in the Netherlands when you're taking certain turns or junctions, who takes priority, who has to wait for the other person. All of those rules I didn't really understand. So there's a specific point where I was supposed to drive further, but then there was this person coming from the left, and instead of me to go further because I have the priority, I didn't know that, and for me I felt like, oh, that person should go first. And then the teacher was like, no, you don't wait for people, you follow the rules. But I was like, yeah, but that person was coming from the left. And when you think about all of these things, the gears, the pedals, the speedometer, tachometer, looking at the priority rules, I'm not even looking at the mirrors yet, and I feel like, will I ever be able to know how to drive? So my takeaway from this lesson is that instead of overthinking everything and asking everything and wanting to know everything on day 1 or day 2, I should trust the process as well, trust my teacher, trust her guidance, and trust that whatever she's teaching me for today is what I need to know today, and whatever she teaches me tomorrow is what I need to know tomorrow. I just have to be very patient with myself as I continue with this journey.